dynasty took over the throne of Delhi. Babur was born in Central Asia and pride of Rathors, Rao Jodhaji founded the city of Jodhpur by laying the foundation of Mehrankar Fort. Mehrankar, built in 1459 AD, was witnessing center of major political activities in North India. The emergence and rise of the Rathore dynasty in Jodhpur was from Mandor only. In the northwest direction of Mehrankar, after traveling for about 9 kilometers, I will welcome you with the remains of my fort. I am the fort of Mandor. I'm so ancient that I do not even remember who built me or when was I built. Even today, coins of the past, temple remains, archways, pillars, and exquisite sculptures continue to be found from Indore. All the symbols of ancient India have been preserved in the Mandor Museum, just as I have preserved many tales in my dilapidated remains. The city of Mandor, surrounded by the hills of Aravali and the worship land of sage Mandavya, was also known as Mandavyapur. The Nagavanshis ruled here during the Mahabharata period, after which the Gupta dynasty ruled it using their muscle power. During 4th and 6th century, the Huns arrived and the Paramaras increased their splendor. Marwar expanded most during the Parmar period, and that time Marwar was also called Navakoti Marwar. While the Pratiharas established their empire and increased its opulence in the 7th century, come with me in that bygone era when swords used to blaze here. The battlefields would vibrate with the sound of drums. The brave hearts would bellow, and the sky reverberated with the shouts of the Runbakers. In 1394 AD, the power of the Pariharas was fading. Subedar Zafar Khan of Gujarat had taken Mandor and Nagaur under his control due to the weak Sultanate of Delhi. My boundaries were taken over by Turks instead of Parihars. Aba Khan, the Hakim of Zafar Khan, was the commander of Mandor Fort, who used to display his cruelty every day. The victim farmers approached for help to the head of Inda Parihar of Mandor, Veer Rao Hema Gehlot.
Rao Hemaji, these Turks collect arbitrary rent from us. Every day they steal our cows and now ask for carts laden with hay for their horses. We will be ruined if this continues to happen.
So arrogant of his power that he is trying it on the poor farmers? I swear on Bairoji, Eba Khan will no longer be alive to commit any more atrocities.
To fight the mighty enemy, a plan was made to attack using force and intelligence. Several hundred carts of grass were prepared, and the warriors hid themselves with weapons under the grass. As soon as the carts reached inside the fort, the Kshatriyas raised slogans. get a chance to recover from this sudden attack. When the majestic swords of brave Hema Gehlot, Samar Shurrav Chunda Rathor, and the heroes of Marwar waved, the heads of the enemies were piled up. In memory of this victory, Rao Mahotsav is still celebrated in Mandor. Every year, on the second day of Holi, the fearless, courageous Hema Gehlot and all the brave are remembered. Baba Bhairanath Ji is worshipped, with whose blessings Veer was victorious. Even after the Mandor conquest, Inda Parihar remained worried because the city was surrounded by enemies. And then he decided to hand over the kingdom to the powerful Rathor dynasty. Rai Dhaval, the head of Inda, got his daughter married to Rao Chunda and gave away Mandor fort as dowry. Rao Hema Gehlot crowned Rao Chunda, and Bhatum sang the anthem of Mangal. Showing his skill and tactical acumen, Rao Chunda expanded his empire and made Mandor the capital of Marwar. Rao Chunda attained the martyrdom in the Battle of Nagaur in 1423 AD, and his son Kana, Rao Ranmal, took over. There were close relations between Marwar and Mewar, but the sycophantic Mewar king, Rana Kumbha, started making false rumors.
Rana, I do not like Rao Ranmal's intentions.
He wants to grab your kingdom. They just consider one side and just not bothered about the other one.
A sweet relationship was being poisoned with doubt and distrust. In 1438 AD, Rao Ranmal and his son Jodha were in the fort of Chittor. Ranmal realized some conspiracy and sent his son Jodha out of the fort. Following his father's orders, Jodha reached the foothills of Chittorgarh. Then a drone caught the attention of Jodha, who was singing a couplet. On the instructions of Rana Kumbha, Chunda killed Rao Ranmal. Taking a vow to avenge his father's murder, the young Jodha marched towards Marwar, but Chunda continued to follow him. He was the uncle of Rana Kumbha and the old enemy of Marwar. The vast army of Mewar was after Jodha's life, and the young Jodha was fighting them along with his 700 loyal fighters after fighting against all odds. When Jodha reached Mandor, he was left with only 7 soldiers. But Chunda reached here too.
Search every corner of Mandor fort. Ranmal had killed my brother Raghavdev. I will destroy his entire family and descendants.
Huzur, Jodha has run towards Janglu region. If you order, we will chase him.
Let it be. He will die wandering in the sand dunes. You send a message to Rana Kumbha. Now, we will rule Mandor.
After the ruthless murder of his father and humiliation of losing the kingdom, Jodha was wandering in pain with a heavy heart. The enemy was in ambush, but the fighting Jodha did not lose hope and faith. After 15 years of struggle and tireless efforts, Jodha finally overcame adversity and hardship. Chunda had died, and I was reconquered by Rav Jodha. Times were changing, and the country was under the threat of foreign invaders. In such a situation, instead of fighting with each other, Marwar and Mewar made a treaty. But the visionary Rav Jodha was getting worried, and the reason for that concern was me. That is, the fort of Mandor.
What are you thinking, Rauji?
Just take a look around. What do you see?
Sky, forest, hills.
These hills are the cause of my concern. Several hundred years ago, these were very high, and it was difficult to reach the fort. But heavy rains and dust storms have reduced their stature.
Rav Jodha's words were painful, but true. I too had become old and weak, so Mehrangarh was built, and I was left abandoned. And it was the right decision. When the Mughals arrived in India, the Rathore dynasty took them head on and kept fighting without giving up. The history of Jodhpur is full of inspirational and heroic stories. All those immortal heroes, through their sacrifice and patriotism, have made Jodhpur shine. The warrior born here was strong enough to defend their nation. Their patronage ensured the happiness and prosperity of their subjects. Only few individuals are aware that delicate feelings can also be found within tough warriors. These sword-wielding soldiers who adhered to the royal faith also loved invention and the arts, which are still practiced today and add to the splendor of this region. Maharaja Ajit Singh Ji is remembered for his creative energy and magnificent architecture. He built Sal for the deities, Airpole, and a palace called Thamba, and renovated Bheru Bawadi and Bheru Temple. He also got a grand cenotaph constructed in memory of his father, Maharaja Jaswant Singh Ji, whose decoration of huge pillars and sanctum sanctorum is exemplary. The view of the Sabha Mandap gives a clear view of the mythological tales. The gestures engraved on the stones are the best examples of craftsmanship. Maharaja Jaswant Singh Ji II paid special attention to make Mandor beautiful. He planted more than 100 species of trees in Mandor garden, which adds to the beauty and lends importance to the park. In 1896-80, Maharaja Sardar Singh Ji further decorated the garden of Mandor. Between 1923 and 1947, During the time of Maharaja Umaid Singh, several steps were taken to modernize the Mandor garden, such as the restoration of Nagadadi Canal, the development of beautiful gardens near the cenotaphs and palaces. Along with this, the boundary wall and the main gates were constructed. Rav Gangaji said, Naam to Gitara, ya Bhitara Surava.
Humanity's fame has remained immortal for centuries through the creation of literature or great architectural works. The Rathore dynasty will be remembered for its bravery and architecture.
The wonderful sculptures made on the plinth and cenotaphs located in Mandor are a unique example of craftsmanship. From the most powerful king, Rao Maldev Ji of Malvar, to Maharaja Ajit Singh Ji's cenotaph, the impression of beautiful carvings and unmatched architecture is even visible today. The construction of Maharaja Ajit Singh Ji's cenotaph was started by his son, Maharaja Abhay Singh Ji in 1793. But it was completed by his great-grandson, Maharaja Bhim Singh Ji in 1856. It is not only the most exquisite cenotaph in all of Rajasthan, but preserves its artistic integrity and is an excellent illustration of the period's craftsmanship. This cenotaph highlights the significance of Shaivism with its 4 magnificent gates and 4 Sabha Mandapas. After independence, many development works were done here. And in 1968, a museum was established here, inside the palaces.
I love India.
The example of the brave and loyal people born here will last for ages. When a huge crowd gathers here on Veerpuri and Nag Panchami, then even today, the relationship comes alive. Seeing the love and reverence in their eyes, the heart is filled with emotion. The ties of centuries are unbreakable even today. I have been destroyed by the storm of time. But it is the duty of this generation to take care of the cenotaphs, temples, parasols, and gardens of Mandor.
केबल आयो
As a witness, Mandor Fort singing with pride about all the brave hearts, their dignity and splendor.
देखो वो आ रही होगी